In the stillness of a studio light, behind curtains of quiet grief, the name Yu Menglong reverberates like a melody cut too soon. September 11th, 2025 marked a tragic turning point for his millions of fans, for his family, and for all who believed in the beauty of his art. He was 37, talented, gentle, beloved, a rising star in the constellation of Chinese dramas. When news of his death broke, that he had fallen from a building in Beijing, and that police, after investigation, ruled out any criminal elements, the world gasped. There have been whispers since then, final messages to his mother that spoke of manipulation, rumors of threats, shadows stretched long by speculation. But in the swirl of uncertainty, one voice that many hoped to hear from was that of Cha Eun Woo, fellow actor, idol, someone who understands loss, someone who knows what it means to carry light even in darker hours. Though Cha Eun Woo has not, to our knowledge, made an official statement about Yu Menglong's death, we imagine what his reaction might be. Driven by grief, by respect, by an earnest wish to console others who are hurting. Eun Woo sits quietly in a studio dressing room. The mirror shows more than his reflection. It shows someone touched by the weight of the headlines. He has heard the news like the rest of us. Yu Menglong, Alan Yu, an artist, a human being, is gone. He sets his cup of water down, collects himself, and closes his eyes. I was shocked, he begins, voice soft, almost breaking. He often carries a calm grace in public, but this time his hands tremble slightly. When I first saw the report, my heart just sank. Being an actor, you meet lots of colleagues. Sometimes you admire their work from afar. Sometimes you dream of meeting them one day, exchanging greetings. Yu Menglong's works, especially Eternal Love and Go Princess Go, they carry something gentle, vulnerable, authentic. I watched, I felt, I remembered. Eun Woo pauses. He thinks of the isolation, the burdens one doesn't show, the expectations placed upon public figures, the nights that feel empty even in a room full of people. I don't know all the details, he says. There are rumors, speculations, final messages, accusations, explanations of an accident, statements about drinking, so many versions of what happened. But what I know, what I feel, is that this young man was more than his last moment. He was more than his fears, more than what people think they saw. He recalls Moonbin, his bandmate and friend, whose death in 2023 left him grappling with guilt, absence, and the jungle of grief. In interviews, Eun Woo revealed how even the simple act of eating or sleeping became loaded with shuts and regrets. In that memory, he draws something like kinship with those left behind at Yu's passing, family, fans, friends who will carry questions and longing. I want to say this. Rumors can wound as much as actual wounds. Eun Woo's voice grows firmer. When speculation spreads, when quiet grief is drowned out by loud suspicions, it can feel like being lost in a storm. But in that storm, I hope for clarity. I hope for respect. I hope for chance for truth to be heard. Because if nothing else, he deserves that. He imagines Yu Menglong's mother issuing a statement that her son died from an accidental fall while under the influence of alcohol. She has asked the public to stop speculating, to let the family grieve. Cha Eun Woo knows that in the end, grief is private, even when it becomes public. He knows that the living must find ways to hold memory, even through confusion. I remember what it felt like. Watching someone on screen who makes me believe in love, in pain, in the beauty of being human. I remember how his eyes carried softness. I remember the times I thought how nice it would be if we all treated each other with just a little more kindness, a little more patience. He exhales. His mind goes to his fans, to Yu's fans, to those who stayed up late, hoping for an update. To everyone who loved him, who admired him, who was brought comfort by his voice or his performance. Your sadness, your questions, your anger, your grief, they are valid. It is okay to mourn. It is okay to demand answers. It is okay to feel lost. Cha Eun Woo closes his eyes again, and in that moment, makes a promise, to himself, to Yu Menglong, and to everyone hurting. I hope his legacy will be more than the tragedy of his death, he says. I hope we remember the courage it takes to create art, to show emotion, to be vulnerable. I hope that wherever he is now, he finds peace. I hope that the people he loved know he loved them. And I hope we, all of us, learn to care better, to protect, to listen, to believe in kindness. Yu Menglong may no longer walk among us, but what he leaves is more enduring. The dramas that still play in hearts, the characters that taught us about longing, love, sorrow, the voice that once sang in gentle tones, the one who held himself up even when shadows threatened. Cha Eun Woo might offer nothing more than words, but perhaps words can be balm. They might carry solace, ignition, empathy. They might spark a quiet revolution in how we treat grief, how we treat each other. Because in the end, we all die once, but while we live, we carry others with us. Memories, inspirations, lessons. These are the vessels. And for Yu Menglong, these vessels are filled with beauty, art, affection, and an echo of light that none of the rumors or despair can fully extinguish. Rest in peace, Yu Menglong. May you be free of pain. May your art endure. May your family feel wrapped in love. And to all of us still breathing, may we remember to see each other truly, kindly, before the light fades.